everybody. Happy Friday. It's release day. I'm so excited. I mean, I say that every release, but I love this release. It was one of the most requested subjects that I got last year, and I listened. I went to a couple shows, and I had people tell me that we needed some sports stamps, that like the entire show kind of needed some sports stamps, so we're delivering on that. So let's get into this. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Jana. Thank you for coming. Lisa saying in the chat that she's got dishes done. She's got her soil delivered. Her husband's home for lunch. What the heck? Hi, Linda Gorma. How are you? So it seems like it's been a busy day for her. She's made some paper for like 2 releases from now, or at least 1. I don't know. So she's been a busy, busy girl. So, yeah, let's get into this. So this is a paper strip of what we're going to be crafting with. I'm going to put that to the side. If I don't lose this stuff, it's going to be a miracle. But this is the first stamp set I want to share with you. And this is our stadium foods, because I don't know about you. I mean, I have got grandkids, and I've got nieces and nephews that like to play sports, and I had kids that played sports, but I was always about the food. Like, I always wanted like the hot dog, the pretzel, the popcorn, the Cracker Jacks, all those things. So we had to do food. So hi, Tanya, good to see you. So we brought this cute little peanut in because, you know, no Reds game or any baseball game would be complete without a bag of peanuts. Then we brought in this taco, and we brought in this cola bottle because, you know, I'm a soda fiend, so we had to have that. And then we've got the hot dog. So I do have my glasses on so I could read these. So it says food never strikes out. So whether your team is winning or losing, the food never strikes out. Having a shell of a time. I soda think you're cute. Frankly, you're the best. Wieners never quit. So we got a little punny with this one. Relish the moment, and that's a wrap. So it kind of wraps up this stamp set. Now, I did a sneak peek earlier this week for Craft Roulette because they had some parameters that you needed some bread, you needed some brown paper, it needed to be a thank you card, and I don't remember what the last one was. So this was my rendition. It was really cool. Mary Gunn actually cased my card and used it for inspiration on her week in review. So hi, Lori, good to see you. I'm glad that you're new to the channel. Welcome. So this was my sneak peek. My team, no pun intended, knocked it out of the park. I actually have not colored anything else. Well, I've colored, but this is the card I have made for this release, but we're going to take care of that. So our next stamp set is this cute little girl and boy named Champion in the Making. We've got our pennant, we've got a glove, our number 1, our baseball. It says, I love you to the outfield and back. I'm your biggest fan. Champion in the Making. Swing strong, stand out, and set your goals high, and don't stop until you get there. That's from Bo Jackson. And I don't know if that was a reminder for you guys or if that was a reminder for myself or all of us, but we could all take that advice, right? Then we go to, like, if you're not into coloring and stuff, you just like to do a good old silhouette stamp set. You've got the 2 batters and then the pitcher here. It says, no place like home. Pitch, please. And I said that with a P as in Paul, just to be clear. Catch you later. Hope your birthday is a home run. Never let the fear of striking out get in your way. That was Babe Ruth. You're an all-star. Batter up. It's time to shine. And, of course, it's game day, y'all. So, cute stamp set. And this is Play Ball stamps. And then this is the stamp set that might get me in trouble. My husband questioned if this was allowed on stamp sets, or is it appropriate for Good Friday? I don't know. By the way, happy Good Friday to everybody. And happy Easter if I don't see you. But this is our long-awaited golf set. So clearly we've got some golf clubs. We've got the ball on the tee. We've got the hand and the golf bag. Now, this is really funny. My friend's stepdad golfs, and I went golfing with him, and I put one of those like rubber snakes in his golf bag, trying to scare the crap out of him. So like when he pulled the club out, it would scare him, and because it was attached to the club, and it was a total fail. I tried to go viral with a video, and it never worked. But the club wouldn't come out because the rubber snake was too sticky. So he literally just yanked the club out, and then he ripped the snake off, and he kept going. I was like, well, that was no fun. So it says, grab life by the balls. Who's your caddy? You'll find me in the rough. Keep your balls clean and your woods covered, and swing low, hit high, smile wide. So that's a super cute stamp set. This was a request of actually my friend's mom, who asked for some golf stuff, and I delivered. And then we have this awesome stadium stencil. So my intention, and my team had way better vision than I did. I just wanted it to be black and white because then I wanted all the characters to pop off of it. And you guys, you have to go to Instagram and see what they've done. They're just amazing. Seriously, they're amazing. So then we've got, I'm trying to figure out where, I don't want to lose where I am. All right, next we've got this paper pack that Lisa put together for us. It's 48 double-sided sheets. You get 12 designs. They're front and back. So the red has some red stripes on the back. Very versatile. They are more of a antique look because I think that goes well with golfing and baseball. And then we've got the navy blue stripes. And then a navy blue with like a leather texture on it. I know that's probably hard. Oh, you can kind of see that on camera. Then we've got these awesome baseball papers. I just love this. I mean, this would make a real easy card. Hi, Judy Van Zee. It's good to see you. And then we've got red stripes diagonal because I'm a diagonal stripe kind of girl. And we've got the diagonal blue. I'm a Navy fan. And then my husband actually was a Navy veteran, so I am truly a Navy fan. But then we've got the balls and the bats. And then we've got this awesome batter paper with the Argyle, which I think is awesome for golf. And then we've got these stripes. This almost lends itself to being even nautical. So just because we are releasing this as a play ball stamp set, you can use it for anything. It's going to go really well for like your patriotic cards and stuff like that, because you know we're going to have a Memorial Day release. So there's your hint on what's next. And then on the back, it's just the red, white, and blue batters. Okay. Putting that aside so that I don't get lost, I keep mine in a plastic sleeve just so they're easy to grab once they open, because I hate dealing with all those, like the cellophane stuff. And then we've got these really cool baseball vibes flashcards. Now, I love those papers too, Linda. Flashcards, I know people don't maybe know what they are. They are card fronts, okay? So you get 24 panels, so that's 24 card fronts. And you get in this pack 8, so you get 3 of each. These are on 100-pound cardstock, so you can lightly watercolor them. You can ink blend all day long on them. You can foil them with toner, reactive toner. So they're very versatile. But then, like, you see where you got this little baseball player and even the baseball, you can use, it's Copic friendly paper. It's a really smooth cardstock because you can use it for coloring, for markers and for foiling. So it's just, they're fun. Somebody's blowing up my phone right now. It's a good thing I have it because my watch is vibrating. Thank goodness I have my phone on airplane mode. It never fails. I almost know who that might be. Alright, so we're going to go over these. This is very simple. Love. And like I said, you're going to get 3 of them. Oh my God, Becky, look at that butt. Ah! Kind of hilarious, right? We all know the song. I'm not going to sing it because it's hard enough for me to talk so much. Sing it. Anyway, then we've got this sentiment from Jack Norworth, and we've got a batter here. It says, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. I'm not singing it, y'all. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks, and then you can keep going. I don't want to get zinged off of YouTube for continuing. So that's the 3 of those. 'tis the season. So tis the season can be Christmas, but why can't it be baseball season too? You guys, I'm so excited for summer. It's stupid. Hi, Justine. I didn't see you pop on. Hello, hello. So don't tell my husband, but the house was up to 73 degrees, and then with all my lights, it's like a landing strip in here, and I'm cutting stuff for the show for next week, and I was dying, and so I turned the air conditioning on. I will definitely turn it off before I get home because I don't want to hear it. And then we've got Love again. It's just what, and I think these lend themselves well to baseball or softball. Same with the little boy and girl, the champion in the making stamp set. We wanted to do it so that, you could have baseball player girls too and softball boys, but we wanted it to go either way. And then when life throws you curveballs, grab a bat and swing. I needed to do that this week a few times, but I didn't swing. And then let the field be joyful in all that is in it. That is based off of Psalm 96:12. And I think it's appropriate for a Good Friday, So I'm really glad that Lisa included those in there. So, what are we going to do next? Oh, I love, and this is what it's named after. Baseball Vibes. Can you imagine what this would look like, sincerely, just in red or just like a solid, you could just ink blend on it. It would be beautiful. So, where are my people? Did I leave them over there? See, I've already lost stuff, y'all. No, I didn't. So I colored the boy and the little girl. Sorry that my head's in the way. It's a big reach. It's a big reach. That and the fingers aren't working today. All right. But sincerely, can you imagine how easy, like that's a 2-minute card right there. It's fantastic. So you don't have to like just foil these or do nothing. You can always add whatever you want with them. If it was a birthday, you could literally just tell your grandson I love you and put like the bat or whatever in there from all the different sets. Or, you could, if you had a sassy friend, you could always do something like that, So there are just options, and I wanted you to see that. And we probably will make a card with that. But I've been dying to use the Who's Your Caddy stamp set for quite a while because I've had these in my possession for longer than anybody else. So let's get on with it. Alrighty. So I have not pre-stamped this, but what I have done is I die cut this with a stitched edge framing die. So we've got this. I'm going to stamp onto the white, and we're going to mat this, and we're going to kind of play along with this, so this will kind of go glued together behind that, and then we're going to go ahead and stamp. So this was just me showing you that you can use the play ball stamps with the actual golfing set too. So I had one that was open, not used. My intention was to stamp until 3 in the morning last night and to color, and I fell asleep maybe about 10:30. I had enough. It was a busy day. So Lisa says that we're always trying to give you the best bang for our creations. So there are, I know that these like flashcard-esque things are pretty popular on the in the stamp world at this point. But we give you 24 flashcards for $6.99. And if you go out and look on the market, that's really cheap. It's a really good value for your money. That's one thing that we always, and when I say we, my husband and I and Lisa, we talk about that all the time. So I'm just planning out my set. Okay, so that's that would fit on there, but I don't know if I'm like that. We're gonna maybe stamp this later, but we are using Grab Life by the balls because I think that's what we all should do. So we're gonna center him, her, it, I don't know. So these are brand new. Lisa says a busy day. It's been a busy week. Yeah. So we literally just submitted 5 stamp sets and a stencil for our release in June. And we have another stamp that is going to be submitted. So I'm also going to pair this with the Whoa from the Dang Whoa Yikes die set. So let's get to stamping. I am using a Copic friendly ink. If you don't like Copics, or if you want to use something different, you can always take what I do as inspiration and make it your own. You know what I mean? But Olos or Spectrum Noir, any alcohol marker would work with this. This is our marshmallow paper. This is our coloring paper that Pajama Crafters carries. And I'm using a soda pop press. We do have brand new, pet presses. It's a pig and a frog. But since I'm going to the show, I'm taking them with me instead of me using one. So the next go round that we have of ordering, then I will then start using them on a video. All right, so I'm going to peel this one off, and I'm going to put it out of the way so I don't get ink on it. I'm terrible about cleaning my stamps. Like, you should never do as I say, not as I do kind of thing, you know? So I'm putting this scrap piece of paper in my Misty. And I'm going to probably get my head in the camera. So sorry. The best laid plans don't always go the way you want them to. So what I did is I lined that up with the bottom of the Misty, so I knew I would be stamping it in a crisp manner. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this in black. It would probably be pretty in white, like embossed. But I've got black here. Not that I don't have like 400 inks behind me. Do you see that mess back there? I'm so embarrassed. You guys see that? And my camera's walking again. Always wants to walk. So grab life by the balls. We're using it, guys. We are using it. All right, putting that away. So let's start putting the card, or let's start coloring. Now the ink that I use usually dries almost immediately. It's by a company that's no longer, but because I stamped it 2 or 3 times, I think it's twice, I'm going to hit it with a glue gun or a heat gun. Okay, so Justine, for whatever reason, is telling you guys that you need to pay attention to Pajama Crafters' Facebook page tomorrow. I have no idea what she's cooking up, but clearly she's doing something. So she's an admin both on our YouTube channel and our Facebook groups. So sometimes she does some sneaky things. So we're going to zoom in tight so you can see this, and it's going to get blurry again. So by using my ink pad like that, the contrast really makes it easy to refocus the camera. That's why I always do that, in case anybody's like, what are you doing? I'm missing a marker. Oh, there it is. Alrighty, so we're going to start with the skin first. Look at Justine laughing. She's got something up her sleeve. So I am using an EO4. If you don't want to use like a Caucasian tone, this is just the darkest tone in your skin tone. Okay, you can use an RB95 if you don't have an E13. I don't like the E13. It looks a little yellow or orange to me, but you can. And I'm putting a pretty good shadow there because the glove is overlapping it. And I'm just kind of feathering that in on both sides. And you don't have to do that. I'm just trying to give the arm the illusion that it's a little bit rounded because she's fading off into the... I don't know why I think it's a she. Maybe it's because of who I made the stamp for. But I just get the impression that her arm is just floating off into outer space or something. So my E11 is darker than my E21. Lisa's right. She goes, we would really love, if you're not already, if you would think about subscribing to our channel. We're really trying to grow our YouTube presence. And we do have a video team, design team call out to start in, what is it? June. But that's going to end here shortly. And then we're going to start making some decisions. So this is like way more of the darker colors than I normally use, but it's because the arm is like the biggest part. Fancy lady. Hi, Create with La Diva. How are you? Good to see you. Glad that you found us. So this is our new release, Miss Diva. And last year at the shows, we do try to listen to our customers. We had a lot of requests for sports stamps because they said that there weren't any on the market. I don't know if that's really true or not, but when you ask, we try to deliver. I literally, when I'm at a show and people ask me for things, I will like text myself a message so that I can go back and put it on the list. I really do try to do things to make the customers happy, and I want to keep y'all coming back, you know? There you go. So I'm actually going to leave that white as a highlight. So I want that to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and use a C3, a C1, and maybe a C0. So where this ball is curved, there's going to be a shadow. And then where the finger is overshadowing it, there's an even bigger shadow. So it's not exactly round, that shadow, okay? It's going to kind of follow that of the fingers here. Now, where those indentations of the ball is, I went ahead and did some little C's around that. So, La Diva, I was blessed that I was able to practice coloring almost every day. I will tell you that there are people who think that there are comparable markers on the market, but if you actually like go to like artist pages and they've reviewed them all, and they so badly want to say that Copic, like there's something equivalent to Copic, there just really isn't. But I am never going to say that you have to use what I use. The reason I'm in love with them is because I spent so much money on them. So, you know, after you spend all the money on a refill, on the Copics, and then all 358 refills, you're going to learn your medium. So I color every day. I've gone to multiple classes. And please, please, please don't think that I know everything, because I learn every darn day what is going on. So Judy, who is on this video, she colored the glove in like an off-white or a beige, and I never would have thought to do that. I would have left it white. So because I loved her card so much, I'm gonna steal it. Lisa says joy makes it super easy. I don't know about that. It's all about the scary dark. So, like, when I say beige, you're going, why are you putting this, like, dark brown in there? Because where there is light, there is dark. Perfect sentiment for thought for this time of year. Because, you know, Good Friday. I have such mixed emotions about Good Friday because the one person on earth that I love I guess, is earth the right word? The one person in this universe that I love the most is kind of a celebration of his death. But without his death and his resurrection, I wouldn't be who I am. So I'm learning to embrace the day and call it, like Happy Good Friday. But I'm going to be honest, it's hard for me. So I put in the shadows here. Now the artist put a lot of hash marks in here. So I'm going to put this in there. And I know a lot of people are really afraid to color stuff that already has the shading in it. It's actually easier because the artist told you exactly where to put the color. And then where the stitching is, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to outline that. And here, there would be a shadow. And I put some in there. All right. Good Friday is definitely a mixed emotion day. Yeah, it is, Tanya. It really is. We have not watched any of the biblical movies that we normally watch this time of year, but I have a feeling that's going to happen tonight. So I am going to watch Craft Roulette because it's kind of becoming a little bit of my obsession. And then Sean and I will probably watch like Passion of the Christ or something to that effect. So you notice that, like, when you color, I'm always doing like C's, like I don't want it to be a harsh line always, and I'm not just drawing a straight line. I'm always kind of moving it. Like, think of this as a paintbrush. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue with that shadow here. So I'm kind of overlaying it and I'm extending it. And I'm going to kind of soften that shadow there. And I'm just paying attention to what the artist put in. So, Justine, I have a question. Is there a reason why you've been watching a lot of Craft Roulette? I'm just curious. Because it's a new obsession for hers, and she just got done saying that she's been watching a whole lot of it. So I don't know if you knew this, but back in July or August of last year, I was on Craft Roulette, and let me tell you, bundle of nerves. And it's the funnest thing you'll ever do if you get on it. But what I like the most about it is how everybody like knows each other. Like, it's a community. I don't even know if they come to watch what we're doing versus just to hang out with friends. So it's on Friday nights, 7 o'clock ish on Eastern time. You'll have to all do the math on the actual other time frames because I don't know. So that was the E42. All right, now this is E41. And this, I'm going to basically color everything. So I left some white at the top of the glove. Now, to be honest with you, this whole part of the hand would be under shadow. So I could really go almost with an E42. But I want it to pop off my card. So we're not, like, as much as I want to pay attention to light source, I also need to pay attention to how it's going to look on on a card. So I'm going to use a different color combination than I normally do. Wow, just throw my markers. All right. So I'm just going to use 3 colors in R, 39, 37, and 35. So I normally color light to dark. You ordered the notebook. Did you guys know that if you subscribe to our email, that you get a card sketch and like journal, like a planner page that's like big enough for like the full size, like the classic Happy Pant planner. And if you just punch the holes, you can print that 100 times, and you can have your own planner for free. Sorry, Justine. No, but I think that that the craft roulette planner is amazing, and it's completely different from what I've got going on. But if you want like a free-ish version, there you go. So this was the R35. And I'm going to just concentrate on this left side. Like, you guys, this is way more fidgety than you need to be. I am not going to paper ganza. I would like to. So paper ganza is a retreat that's being put on by Craft Roulette and who else? Trinity Stamps is going to be there. No. Yes? I don't know. Pear Blossom Press. I think Libby's going to be there. There's multiple people, like YouTubers that we watch, that are going to be on there. I'm not going because I've got too many shows that I'm preparing for. Otherwise, I would be there. I hope to go next year. So I am going to dot in just a little bit of grass here. This is the YGO3, which is my lightest color. Okay. Now I'm going to take the YG67 and I'm going to start dotting. Okay. And I'm even going to bring like 1 or 2 down here into the light color because you need it to extend to make it make sense. I'm going over those exact colors. What are you doing today? What did I miss? Linda says she's doing something today. Or I'm sorry. Justine said she's doing something today and I completely missed it. Okay. Coming back with that. Trinity will be there. I thought so. And that is all we're doing with the grass. Now, you guys, we could ink blend. We could do all kinds of things on there, but I think this is pretty stellar the way it is. I think that Judy's glove might have been cooler, but I totally, like, cased her card. All right, so I've got a card base here. And the navy. Why does it seem like my card base is a little bit off? So I'm going to use my Barely Art Glue because I use that for everything, as everybody knows that who's been around here for a hot minute. Now you know that white edge is going to drive me nuts. So off camera, I am going to trim that down. I might end up doing it before. But my really good trimmer is like covered. That's show prep. And so I couldn't get to my good trimmer, and I don't feel like my guillotine trimmer does the job that I want it to do. Everybody's asked my opinion. Now you got it, Lisa. And just for transparency, I have ordered a new trimmer I've ordered the Spellbinders trimmer, and then I'll give you my opinion on that. But it's still coming to me. It's not here yet. I think it is a guillotine trimmer too. I just don't think I'm not in love with this one. I don't feel like I get the cleanest of cuts. And it could be because I do things like chop up foam. Foam adhesive. So, but I just feel like sometimes it's a little off kilter. So we're going to give a new one a try because that's what we do. So, Justine, you can probably tell by the way Lisa chimed in. Lisa actually made that little kebabber. Lisa's she's amazing. Always amazing. Okay, we have to make a decision before I start putting stuff together. Do we want it like this? Yeah, we do. I've already made up my mind. But never mind. Just leave me and my thoughts to myself. Does anybody else talk to themselves when they're crafting or any other time? I feel like if I answer myself, I might be in trouble. Like if I verbally answer myself. So I'm just putting wet glue on the back of my double-sided adhesive foam because I need the wiggle room. And then Lisa equates the wiggle to, she's got to wiggle, she's got to go. And so in Lisa's terms, she's thinking, why do you have to go to the bathroom? And I probably will have to go to the bathroom after this, but who cares? Okay, so that's on there. We are going to glue this on there. I feel like this might be too extra. Like it's not needed, but we're gonna go for it. So I am guessing that this is 3 3/4 wide. All right, so this piece here is the yucky side. By that, I think it didn't cut straight with my guillotine trimmer. So that's what I'm saying. It's the yuck side. Look at that. She guessed right. That's a hair off, but okay, let's do it. So this is our craft paper. I call it lovingly Pebbled Beach because it has some flecks in it. So it's got a little bit of gray in it, and it's a lighter color, and it's my favorite. Tanya says she talks to herself all the time too. So what do you guys think? What do you think of this? Does this need to be popped up? We still have more layers to do. Never mind. No, we're not popping this one up. Too much. So I'm using my Bare Layer glue. We have that in the refill, which is 11 ounces. And we've got it in the 4 ounces, which is the normal bottle that you're seeing me use. Then we've got a 2-ounce bottle, which is the mini. And I like this size. This is what I travel with, the whole 9 yards. So I probably need to come back out. Just a hair. So I would use my frog press or my soda pot press to really adhere this down to my layer, because then it's not going to do the poppy pops. All right. We are going to now use the woe. And my recommendation is always to see if it matches up before you start gluing, so you don't have it going the wrong direction. Ask me why I'm giving you that tip. It's because I have done it backwards. All right, so we're going to put that. So we're really covering up most of her hand. So that was really redundant, but I think that looks cool. Now we are popping that up because I can't handle it without it. Let's use this instead. So I'm getting out my big roll. I actually don't use the 3M that everybody else uses. I get this off of, I think, Amazon. And I don't know what it is, so I can't even link it to you because I don't know the name of it. It's just on auto ship. Because if you know me, I have to mention, these are really cool scissors that I got last year at Creativation. They're by Slice. They're ceramic, so it literally will not cut you. I've got a razor blade, like a blade knife, that's by them, and it doesn't cut you, but it cuts right through paper and right through cardboard. In fact, I gave it to my husband to take to work because, it would cut down on workplace accidents and whatnot. There we go. Whoa, it's cool. Okay. Layer the layers. Yes, we're layering the layers. Now we're getting out the guillotine again. Do you guys ever struggle if you're cutting too close? Because I always am worried about that. So what I do is I put this in my trimmer right at the end of the S, or the last letter, and I cut it off like that, so you have a cute little banner. So we can, I don't know where I want that. I wanted to, that's what we'll do. We're going to cut it like real close to the G. And again, I line this up. I line this up right next to the G, because then it just gives me a nice little border. And I am popping this up too. That's not cutting that real well. That was a fail. So the thing about the slice, it's really good if you're doing like a quick snip, but those scissors that I was telling you about, but if you're trying to go like a long cut like this, they kind of bend the paper, or the like foam, and it doesn't go through it like the Tim Holtz tape does. Yeah, I think that, whoa, what is it called? Dang. Whoa, yikes, dang, whatever it's called. I should know, I made it. I think it's going to show up in a lot of projects over the next month. Because it just fits with all the sporting things. Like, so I had somebody ask me for a volleyball set, and she wanted like words that like were action words, and it seems like it's kind of the thing. All right, you guys, I need to know, should I put it down there or should I put it up there? I just feel like if I put it there, I'm going to cover up that cute little strip. Tell me what you think. Like, ideally, I would like it. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I need y'all to give me some ideas. What do you want? Down there? I love it. Very, very cute. All right. I think we need some bling because everything needs bling, in my opinion, anyway. Let's see, what are we going to use? We're going to use some copper penny, which we have in the shop, because I think it goes really well with this, well, with the beige, with the Pebble Beach, and with the glove. Okay. I always put one like underneath the sentiment, kind of like poking through. Okay. We're getting blingy with it today. So I actually need to order more of this because I'm teaching my patriotic. Tanya, you need to listen. I'm teaching my patriotic class at the Stamp Away in Cincinnati. I think that's like I don't know if it's the last week of August or last week of July, or if it's like August, like the first weekend of August. But it's in Blue Ash at the Sharonville Convention Center, and so I'll be teaching that. And copper penny is part of the class. You get a stamp set and some bling, and then you get everything kitted, and you learn how to color. And it's going to be on our Some Gave All stamp set, which is the flag, and I show you like 3 different techniques that you can use with Copics. So you're not stuck with just coloring. You can do other things with like in addition to Copics. And then we're gonna make a cool shaker card and all kinds of good stuff. And then my friend Nerdy is gonna come, and I think she's gonna be teaching a watercolor class. We have to just get final approval on that. So I think that this turned out like very, very, very groovy. Later I'm gonna chop that off because it's making me crazy. So what should we do next? Should we call this a day? How long have we been on? 45 minutes. Do we do it again, or do we use a flashcard? I think we should use a flashcard. Let's see. I have to get some samples done. That's why I'm like, should we do more? Should we? All right. We're going to go through this and see what one we're going to use. So part of me like wants to use this little boy here, but the girl with the bat would be, here I go with my hair, with my head, sorry. Man, I'm having such decision issues today. Oh, that's what we should do. All right, let's do this. Let's do it. First, I'm gonna chop this down. Back out we go. So these are made so that you can like have a 3 3/4 by 5 card. So it gives you enough room to like do some borders and that kind of stuff. And I'm going to take it off of that top this time. Okay. And I'm just wondering. I'm thinking out loud here. What you guys think? No, I don't want to do that. Not this time. I'm going to grab some blue ink and some green ink. And we're going to go with that. Oh no, I just sent some of my pieces flying. Oh my. Okay. So all of my ladybug parts for my make and take are back there, and me messing around just sent the ladybugs in a frenzy. Alright, so I'm going to start with some Twisted Citron because y'all know I'm like, lime green is my favorite color. I use both what? Hi Brian, how are you? The dog just came running. Oh my gosh, so funny. So when I ink blend, I always start off the page and blend on. We're just giving the illusion of grass. So that was Twisted Citron. Now we've got some mowed lawn. No, the reason I didn't use the stencils because I have an idea for the stencil that I want to do, and I want to test it out before I do it on a live because I'm not sure where that's going. Why am I eyelash in your? Come on, Lisa. I have to look like I'm somewhat of professional. I mean, we all know I'm not. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants like everybody else in this world. You know I want to get out a cloud stencil and do all the things, right? So I go on with a light coat first, and then I start to darken it towards the top. And if I want it to extend down further, I go really light. Sorry for the table shake. We're going to leave that alone. Now, I would say take a dry rag. Hold on, let's get the desk clean. We don't need any more messes. But since this is printed with toner, I can wipe the oxide off because it's got the pigment. It's got the pigment qualities. It's a dye-based and pigment-based ink. It's a hybrid. That's the word I'm looking for. Words are hard, you guys. No, I don't think so. I don't want to use my. All right, you guys. I'm horrible. I hate using my pattern paper like that for the navy, but I don't know where my other navy cardstock went, so we're flying with it. All right, so do I have a piece down here? It would not be a Joy Live if I was not flying by the seat of my pants. Am I right? Okay. What's funny is like I'm looking for red paper and I've got like 17 pounds of red paper going on behind me. And what size is this? This might be too. Nope, it's not cut straight because it was cut with this. Do you guys ever... Also, I guess it's not going to show it off anything. It's fine. I'm fine. You're fine. Everybody's fine. I'm especially fine today. Oh, this is killing me. To use this striped paper. To not use the striped paper. See, it's not. We're doing it. Okay. Oh, such decisions, you guys. It's killing me. Gonna put my pin on a magnet there. Soda pop Prius. Hey Lisa, you know what we need to do? We need to put these rags on the website. Do you like those? So they all say different things, which is why I haven't put them on the website. You can get them at the shows all the time, but the reason I haven't actually put them on the website is because I just kind of wing it, and whatever I print on, I print on them. I do use myself. Either my neighbor is cutting the grass or my son is here. All the times that I ask him to cut the grass, and I really don't want him to right at the moment because I'm unalive. Now he's doing it. Beggars cannot be choosers. If it's him, I would say it's a 99% positive, 99% chance that it's most likely my neighbor and not my son. Not cutting my grass, but their grass. I want her hanging off the card. Does that bother anybody? Like hanging off the card? I love hanging them off the card. I like big cards. Yes, I said it. So we're cutting this down. So it's just going to be her hair that's going to be hanging off, so it's fine. Can you guys hear the lawnmower? I'm curious. Lisa, you're being bad. If you know, you know. But because there's a possibility that somebody might watch my video, I can't go into it. But we're betting on the neighbor. You know, I almost want to get up and look out the window. Okay, so I would mail this in a 5x7 envelope and not oh, he's so cute. Oh, he'd be cute on a wobbler. Oh. But we're not gonna put him on there. I'm gonna save him for something else. This probably is not like my favorite card. Like I feel like there are way cuter cards that I think the one I just made 5 minutes ago was cuter than this. But I want you to see, like, you don't have to spend 5 years making a card either, other than trying to peel this crap up. He's gonna be on a wobbler, just not on this card. I promise. And we're gonna use this stuff like ephemera, because I can color this again if I want to. What's everybody thinking? We've got a lot of silent lurkers today, which is fine. Do you know that I watched YouTube for years and never told anybody that I was on, and I didn't realize that by commenting and sharing and doing all those things, I would actually help my creators grow. And I thought, oh my gosh, these people could have been monetized for the amount of time that I spent. By the time I spent not commenting, liking, and just lurking in the background. So I just always put it out there because not everybody knows that it helps. I'm looking for some more blingy bling. Now this is our Arctic blue. It will be back. It's actually here. I just need to package it. It's a one-woman show. Do you just like watching me create? Oh, that's so sweet, you guys. So, Ladiva, did you tell us, and I missed it, how you found us? I'm just curious. I'm just scattering these. So when you put bling on a card, you try to put them in odd numbers, and like a lot of people try to do like in like triangles. But what the most important thing is you want to keep the eye moving around the sentiment. Now that our sentiment is kind of our focal point here, so I'm just making it dance around. And I'm probably putting more on here than I needed to. In fact, I don't want that one there, so I'm going to wipe that off. So that's what's nice about Barely Art Glue, is I don't want that there either, is it dries clear and matte. Except for when you do it on Distress Oxide, because when you do that, it actually oxidizes the ink. So even though you can't see the glue, you can see where it was, sort of. So what do? You just cover it up like I just did. I just went back with my normal plan. And that's what we're going to call done. I logged in. You were first in my feed. Oh my God, I love that. So, all right. So I'm sorry that my head was in the way there. But look, isn't it cute? Now, you guys, I totally would never, if I was like not on a live, I totally would have gotten a piece of navy blue cardstock, and I would not have wasted my pattern paper on that. But this is a simple card. You saw how easy it blends on there. You can Copic color on these. You can foil on these. You can do light watercoloring. So yeah. So I was lucky where I colored her hair at the back. It didn't like bleed through. If it did, that might bother you, but it does not bother me at all. So those are my two cards with the new release. Stupid cute. And then this is the one that I did the other day. So you've seen 3 out of 4 stamp sets that are live. And then you can always go to the subscribe to our emails or go to our Instagram or Facebook. And I'm going to reiterate what Justine said. You need to go to our Facebook page tomorrow because she's cooking something up. So it's going to be fun, I'm sure. All right, guys. I am going to jump off here because so I need to cut. So here's the funny thing is my husband every night this week has called me on his way home from work and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm cutting." And he goes, "What do you mean you're cutting?" I'm like, "Die cutting." He goes, "Oh, thank goodness." So, but that's what I've been doing for a week. So there we go. I feel like her little cute face needs to be out. All right, you guys, gonna grab some lunch, gonna get out of here. I'm gonna start die cutting some more. I will try to be here Tuesday at 6 p.m. We will be packing the car to go to Virginia. So It may happen, it may not happen, but I'm going to do my best to be here. All right, toodles. Bye.